Hey, what's up, guys? Passe Baller is indeed back. And as mentioned in the previous video that we just posted earlier, we would start with the vlogs that we have with this New York Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks Game 2. That will be tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 7:30 a.m. Manila. Alright, again, this is Game 2. The Hawks defeated the Knicks on Game 1 by 2 points, 107-105, right on the Madison Square Garden Arena. Alright, so before we proceed, I'm just inviting everyone who haven't subscribed to our channel yet, Passe Baller, please click on that subscribe button below. At the same time, please include that bell logo. That way you guys will be informed whenever there's a new video, that we're posting. Alright, going back to that game, this is Game 2, guys. New York versus Atlanta. The New York Knicks simply need to do one thing, and that's what? They gotta make sure that their starting five would do better than what they did on the Game 1. I'm talking about, of course, their stars. I'm talking about the starting five, man. I'm talking about the most improved player of the year, Julius Randle. I know he had double-double. At the same time, Barrett, man. He also had a double-double, but 15 points for Randle, 14 points for Barrett. Man, they got to do better than that, especially if they took a lot of shots, man. Man, they were missing those shots, and some of them were even open. They have to do better than that if they want to win. It's so hard for them to win if their stars, or at least one of those two, won't be able to be his usual self, if you know what I mean. That's one thing that Tim Thibodeau would need to check, and we need to make sure of. Also in the point guard role, Elfrid Payton. I'm not sure if he will be the starting point guard again for the Knicks. In any case, he would still be the starting point guard. They gotta make sure that Payton would be able to contribute. I know Payton just played for like 9 minutes or so, but Payton needs to make sure that whenever he is in the court, he would need to be able to contribute. I can remember Payton, driving to the basket for like a couple of times and missing them all. You have to make sure that you would be able to contribute. This is playoffs, baby. And Bullock also had just 6 points, man. 6 points. And you are the starting shooting guard? Man, you have to do better than that. At least reach 10 points. And again, some of you might be saying that, why am I asking for little differences? Bullock 6 to 10 points. Payton for like 0 to 5 points. Randle for like 15 to 20. Barrett from 14 to 20. Man, take a look at the score, bro. The Hawks defeated the Knicks just by 2 points. Just by 2 points. So just imagine if only Randle did good, or did better, or Barrett did better. Man, it would have been a different story, man. And New York could have been, and might have been, the team which is ahead in this series 1-0. But then that is that. It's already Game 2. My take on this for the New York Knicks, if they want to win, is simple. They have to do better in scoring, especially their starting five, because their bench was actually the main reason as to why they were able to stay in the game. Their bench was able to actually get the lead for them. I thought they had it really, so we just can't rely on the bench all the time. I know Burks had 27 points, Derrick Rose had 17 points, but you can't rely on them all the time. Okay, so your starting five should be there, and should be there for a freaking reason. So that's it for the New York Knicks. Now for Atlanta Hawks, the Hawks understand that they almost lost it. They almost lost it, if not for some breaks that Trae Young had with the free throws, with the floater and all that. Now I'm not taking those away from Young. Young did well, but again, it could have been one way or another. And if I were the Hawks, I gotta make sure that someone else would be helping Trae Young. Like what happened when Lou Williams actually got into the game. Lou Williams contributed 13 points. 13 points off the bench, and he did that in just a few minutes, man. And the most important part of that is that Lou Williams did that in that stretch wherein New York was about to break away. New York was actually having the lead during that time. So they have to find another Lou Williams because, we can't just rely on Lou Williams, right? If you're the Hawks. They got to make sure that someone else out there would be helping out Trae Young. Trae Young is a good player, a great player at that. He's a great shooter, but I hate his hair though. But again, he can't do it alone. If you're the Hawks, you got to find at least one, ideally two players who would help him in the scoring department of the Hawks. In terms of the defense, I'm not gonna take anything away from both teams. Both teams hustle, both teams box out, rebound a lot. So I'm gonna leave that department. Both teams actually hustle and hustle. Maybe a little bit of luck will be needed by the one who would need to win. The spread given is -2 New York Knicks on this one. My pick on this would be New York Knicks, and I got a couple of reasons why. Number one, the Knicks would go all in for this one for sure, because the Knicks understand that if they would lose this game, they would be down 0-2, and they would go to Atlanta for the next two games, which could virtually mean goodbye for my New York Knicks. All right, so the New York Knicks for sure will go all in. And the number two reason that I have, I just don't think Randall would have another bad game like that, do you? I just don't think that Barrett would have another game like that, do you? Let's be honest. Just like the Lakers game earlier, they lost in game one, right? Because Anthony Davis sucked in game one. I would have to say LeBron too. But look at those two. I'm not saying if they're of the same level, they're of the same caliber. Obviously not. But what I'm saying is, for sure, in game two, they would make some adjustments and they would get the W. So my pick on this one is go for New York Knicks -2. I'm going all in. The New York Knicks would not simply allow Atlanta Hawks to humiliate them and embarrass them in the Madison Square Garden again. And that's another factor actually. MSG is just a crazy crowd, man. They're the best crowd and in the best arena in the world. So again, go all in. -2 for the New York Knicks. Peace out, pass I love, and God bless.